offense will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense will get the first swing of the game. This is a matchup that we've been talking about coming into this. High-powered offense squaring off against a defense that is more than capable of shutting them down. This one's going to be fun, David.
And this defense has been able to do that. Like every offense they face, they play great. They take away what you do best. Obviously, Palmer, on that other side, this is a high-powered offense. They're really, really good. How does this matchup unfold?
You're right, Dave, and I think as the season's gone on, this is a matchup that we've circled on our calendar, knowing that these two teams are going to square off and face each other. So many guys on the field today are going to play in the National Football League. There's a lot of experience on both sides of the ball. This one's going to be fun to watch.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. The give to the single back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Finds a tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Gamecocks are on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last few plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Bringing the heat. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Motion from the back. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
Looks it in at the 40. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Longhorns offense will have its first possession of the game. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're...
And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
And that receiver had nobody around. That has got to be embarrassing for the defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Using his feet to buy time. Touchdown, Longhorn! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're going into the game because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Back to pass, it's Nelson. Rushes on him. Boom. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Lost a throw, he's working against the clock. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, I think one of the reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
They kick it away on 4th down. From midfield, looking for room. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play.
Well, the play caller's got to look up and down his sheet here to find a shot to the end zone, David. Be aggressive and get a touchdown late.
While knowing that I've got 3 in my back pocket. Don't force the ball to a bad situation, but we're definitely trying to get a touchdown.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Lost a throw on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
What a play by the defender there, guys, in his own end zone. The offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just 1 step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Incomplete, man. Is he lucky to get that one back? Defense that close to an interception. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Unloads to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. And the field goal unit is on the field. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. And the Gamecocks will kick it off to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Here comes the Texas offense. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Oh, he's got a chance. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Levin. Right on the money. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism ball.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. He did not hesitate, going for it on 4th and short from the 49. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Longhorns are rolling down the field. On the run, it's Barber. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. They're going to run it to the right. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Longhorns are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the 4th quarter.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll leave it with him. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. A 3rd and long here. They can pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. To the air, it's Levin. Pocket breaking down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
kick it off to get this game underway. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Texas offense will have the first crack at it in this one. We've got a battle that you two are going to love, and so is everybody else for that matter. High-octane offense, stone-wall defense. As they say, something's got to give, Jesse.
Yeah, this is a classic example here of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, right? Something has got to give, and you really got to dive into the X's and O's in a game like this because every single individual matchup on the field matters when these two teams play each other.
Yeah, and these are just fun, right? Like great versus great. Like who's going to win and which style's going to prevail. Both these teams have been able to impose their will week after week on their opponents. Now, high-powered matchup. Who's going to get the win?
They'll go right back to it. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
To the air, it's Levin. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Fires to the tight end. At midfield, he's got room. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. From the gun. Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On the ground, it's Barber. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll give it to him again. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Levin. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Fires to the tight end. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. And the Longhorns started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Timeout with the defense, it's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Making side adjustments here. Looking for a gap. It's Barber. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Fit it in the window for the score.
You talk about ball control offense. This offense just held the ball for the whole 1st quarter and then some. Strung a drive together, making the great plays when they needed them. That's a great opening statement from this offense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Tulane Green Wave offense will have its first chance to go on the attack. And this running game, Jesse, which has been suspect, is going to run into a stone wall in that linebacking core.
I think the big question then is how's this offense going to have any balance in this game? They need to find creative ways to run the football. We've seen this linebacker shut down much better run.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Jackson gonna throw it. Here's a heat. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Tulane now facing 3rd and forever. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Finds space on the right. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Here comes the Heat. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Good disciplined defense on that play. It's 3rd and long, right? You're not going to bite on a play fake. Nobody's going for that. Everyone knows it's a passing situation, and they use their speed to get to the QB.
On his way from around the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. Off the play fake on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They'll send the back in motion. Power football with the run. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's brought down the one to play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. Gets the back moving. Leaves it with the running back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. All wideouts, no backs. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Sends it back in motion. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. To the ground to try to move the chains. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Trying to get it to the marker.
Well, this guy hasn't quite put up Heisman numbers in this game, but in a moment where they need him the most, in the 4th quarter, look how strong he is running. Breaking tackles, he's been smart, he still has the ability to cut. He looks like he could play another 4 quarters.
The give. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Longhorn!
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail meat coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Jackson gonna throw it. Pressure coming. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out. Able to work his way for 5 yards. He needs a lot more than that, but they did get the clock stopped. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. There's the pressure. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock.
Looking for the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the 1st half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but not able to come away with a completion.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. This was hardly an offensive juggernaut, but sometimes you lean on your defense and grind out a win.
This was a defensive struggle, no doubt about it, but we know this is a team game, and the defense certainly did what they needed to do. The offense just barely did enough. That's the important part, David. Moving forward, they're going to have to play better on that side of the ball.
I think it looked more like an offensive struggle, not a defensive struggle. They definitely brought their A game, but listen, all you needed was enough points. Win, advance, build some confidence, find some things with this offense down the road that you do better.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another